continuance to 3 minutes proposed. Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. You were probably thinking of Airy Crown, I presume? Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Press the window. Yeah, you go. Yeah, okay, I'll do that. Yeah. Yes. With the paper side email the date. Yeah, oh, yeah. No, this is
the second.
I've seen one of these before, recently. All right. Looks like we're good to go. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Appearance Commission for the Village of Skokie for November 12, 2025. We are the Appearance Commission. We are here to assess and judge the appearance of your project. We will not be looking at interior elevations and plans, only in as much as they might inform our decision about the appearance, the outside appearance. So if you're here for something else, you're in the wrong place. A couple of housekeeping items. We have also invited interested parties to, I think it's just adjacent to your properties, to come and weigh in if they are so inclined. When your case is called, please come up to one of the podiums and microphones. We will also invite the interested parties to participate as well. Getting back to the appearance, hopefully you will have brought some material samples, color chips, et cetera, to help with our review. If they're in PDF form or renderings on your submissions, that'll probably do as well. We take into consideration the comments of the staff when rendering our opinions. Those will be read into the record prior to your case being, as your case is being called. Lastly, the approval of the minutes from the last meeting.
Yeah.
Will anyone make a motion to approve the minutes of the last meeting?
Okay, I'll make the motion.
Will anyone second?
Second.
All in favor? Any opposed? No opposed, so passed. Okay, for anyone who is going to give, who is going to speak tonight, give testimony tonight, I would ask you to please rise to be sworn in. If you don't get sworn in, you can't say anything. So please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give tonight will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Thank you. All right, the first case for tonight is case number 2023, is old business, case number 2023-050A at 5202, 5250 Old Orchard Road.
This isn't old business because it's my birthday, is it?
No, but I have to read before you
We
speak.
do have some comments. Bear with us.
Happy birthday. In 2023, the Plan Commission recommended approval for the conversion of 2 existing 7-story office buildings and an attached parking structure into a 245-unit mixed-use residential development. The case is returning to the Village Board of Trustees for modified review based on proposed changes to the approved site plan and ordinance. Notable updates to the landscape plan referenced in Ordinance 24-4-Z-4683 include removal of the previously approved 13 shade trees, 18 evergreens, and 31 ornamental trees on the amenity deck. removal of running track, swimming pool, putting green, and a yoga area from the amenity deck, and relocation of the bocce ball and lounge space to the ground level. The previous approved plan include 7 shade trees proposed along Old Orchard Road. The village code requires that maximum feasible live landscaping be provided, section 118-233C. Because of the removal of significant number of trees, staff prefers additional plantings and tree canopy be added to the site to help meet goals of the sustainability plan adopted by the Village of Skokie.
Good evening.
Good evening. This is on or not, but you could probably hear me anyway. My name's Alan Lev. I'm chairman of Belgravia Group, part of the development group. I'm like a bad penny. I was here over the summertime. Some of you may remember this. So we can go through the slides, I think, here.
Yeah,
The summertime, the North
We did
Tower-
receive, I just want to, I'm sorry to interrupt, we did receive some supplemental information with
Yeah.
some increased landscape stuff that's going to be shown here.
Yeah.
So overall, the
Okay.
packet's the same with some increased
So
landscape.
you responded to the
I
comments?
responded to the comment that I got on Monday.
Perfect, thank you.
So when I was here over the summertime, you unanimously approved changes to the North Tower elevations as we're converting this from office into apartments. And we're back here for 2 reasons. One reason is because one or two of you on the commission here said, how the heck are you gonna build all this stuff on the roof of the garage? And I said, well, we're studying it. Well, we've studied it. We had structural engineer Thornton Tomasetti look at it, and this cannot take the load of any of this, really. The planting, any of this stuff. So we've shifted gears. We've moved additional amenity space to the ground floor of each building inside, as well as expanding the outside amenity space by removing some parking spaces, adding more green space. And based upon the comments also from staff, we have replaced all of the trees and shrubbery that were going to be on the roof of the garage into various places on site. The other half of this, thanks Brian, you're moving really quickly. The other part of this is that we neglected to also address the South Tower elevations. And what this shows is when we get to doing the South Tower elevations, it'll be exactly the same as what you approved for the North Tower, because they're identical buildings.
Okay.
So that's what I'm here for tonight.
So I have a question. Removal of the running track, swimming pool, putting green, and yoga area from the amenity deck, are they being relocated somewhere else?
Not all
or-
of them, not all of them.
Not all?
No,
For example, will there be a swimming pool?
no swimming.
Okay.
There's Lifetime Fitness right next door, which we have a deal with
Right,
too.
exactly.
We actually have a deal with them to have a discounted rate for the residents.
And also, there's 13, 31, 62 trees and shrubs that
Yeah,
were
Brian, can you go to
were
that? Keep
removed.
going. Well,
Were they
not
totally
removed, they were going to be somehow miraculously on the top of this garage.
Right.
And now we're putting them all on grade,
So one for one?
one for one.
Outstanding.
Yeah. It's a big site, so there's no problem in replacing one for one the landscaping. That's one more, I think, Brian.
So this is what was previously approved.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure that garage could take a feather of more weight than a car up there right now, so. I think it's one more, Brian.
Before you jump in, Joe, I
Yeah,
have
yeah.
one more question.
Sure.
Since you were going to use the garage roof as the amenity space, what are you going to use it as
Parking.
now? Just
Parking.
parking? Okay. Joe, you had a comment?
Yeah, I do. I've got a bunch. I really like this project, and I really want it to succeed. I'm not surprised about the amenity deck. Since the beginning of the previous applicant, I was scratching my head about it.
Yeah.
It's a lot to add to an existing, but that said, I like what you've done with the little plaza area where the existing bocce ball is. And I have to say, the Zeller or whoever owns it or had owned it did a really good job with the landscaping. There's a ton of trees out there. It looks really great. I don't know how you're gonna find places in there to get.
Well, there's the whole side, I guess it would be on the east.
Yeah.
There's a lot of room there.
Okay, good. I'm glad you said that, because I've got just an observation, and, just given, that you're trying to do a lot in a kind of a small spot, but it's it's an important spot because it's at your entrance. That little dog park.
There's two dog parks, actually.
Yeah, but the one that I'm most concerned about is the one right at the entrance. It's like right at your front entrance. They can be kind of, if they're not maintained properly, they can be, and it's right next to your amenity area. Is there a possibility you could move that to where you're removing the parking on the northeast corner of the site? So you're removing a row of parking where those.
We have a dog park down here, and then we have a dog run up in this area up here. Where would you?
I'm going to move my
Yeah.
microphone. Hopefully I'll be picked up by YouTube. This area right here, where you've got existing parking spots, it's flat, because the rest of it's all bermed with existing landscape. And if you could move that, you'd expand green area for your amenity.
We could. It's not actually where the entrance to the building is, but.
But it's, you know, it's an access point. You know, so it might, and it's gonna help out. You've got, the table and your kind of your party area. It would, you could even increase it in size so you can actually throw a ball to a small dog or something like that. It wouldn't be
Yeah, I don't see any
affecting.
reason why we couldn't move it.
It just, it seems like it would be an easy change, and it would improve your amenity area. And the other thing, to that point, to Lifetime Fitness, there's a proposal for the trail extension north of Old Orchard Road. I don't know what the name of that trail is, but right now it goes behind the Optima building, and it eventually is going to connect up with downtown and this trail right over here. And this isn't for this project, but it's really more of an observation for Phase 2, which
Would
is.
this be on the other side?
Yeah, the original applicant came in and had a Phase 2 townhouse proposal for the park on the other side. I don't want to call it a park, for the open space on the other side of.
It's very much up in the air with them. People, we don't own it.
Oh, you don't, that's not part of
It's
this,
not part
okay.
of this, yeah.
All right, so
They own it separately, and I don't think they know what they're doing there.
the reason why I bring it up is since you're removing a big amenity part of the project, and that area is really important, and if you do have the ability to get a reduced rate at Lifetime, if you could somehow put a trail, like a trail or something through, I don't know, at least to that road, I forgot the name of it, the road that loops around.
We could do something temporary.
Just something
Yeah.
really simple.
Yeah, we could put gravel or something, because we don't own that, so.
Yeah, but it would be, you own up to the road though, right?
We own up to the road.
Yeah, it would be just up to the road.
Lifetime's on the other side of it.
But it would be if anything comes in on that triangle, then they could plug into where you plugged in, and so then you have a trail.
Can you use with your cursor or something?
Yeah, it's, what's happening here is that you've got, it's Lockwood.
Yeah, Lockwood goes up.
There's an open space that has a picnic table, it's part of the office project.
Yeah, it's where the electric wires are.
And then that's proposed to be a trail.
Okay.
Who knows where it's going to go?
Uh-huh.
But if you were to put a trail through somewhere right here to Lockwood, then the next applicant that comes in can plug into that.
Just on the site, then? Just a little?
Yeah, just a little.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Then
Now I
the next
understand.
applicant that comes in can
Yeah.
plug into that, and then eventually you have a trail
Yeah,
for your
gotcha.
residents.
Gotcha.
It's not affecting any other property than yours.
I understand.
So
And it
all
will
the
be-
residential units will be the same, there is no change in the number and like that. All other design it is same, residential it is 247
The-
or something,
the unit count?
245 units.
Unit count? Are you
Uh,
asking?
It was 245 units for the
Between the
mixed
two
use.
buildings,
So
yes.
previously also it was 245, right? There is no change in that one.
Correct.
And I think that if you see the elevation, there is one report to structure report 5202. So is there any changes in the elevation in that corner? Can you just go?
You're doing the north building right now.
Starting on the north
Not
building,
the
the
south.
south one will be second.
That'll be
Okay,
second.
okay.
Yeah. So we finally got all the tenants that were, the handful of tenants that were in the north building are now either leaving or getting relocated other places. So we finally got all of them signed up. It's taken a while. So we should expect to, we're drawing permit plans right now. We expect to be in for permit in about a month. And depending on how long the permit process is, we'll be starting after the first of the year. I'm sorry, did you have some more questions?
Oh, no, no. No, I don't. That was really it, since everything else pretty much conforms. And moving that dog park would affect those probably four trees in that
Find another
area,
place for 'em.
which, yeah, hopefully you'd be able to. I think it's gonna benefit your amenity area.
Okay,
I just kind of loosen it up a little bit.
okay, great.
Any other comments? Arshana, Jacob? All good? Okay. Good?
Mhm.
Want to make a motion?
With these adjustments,
Yeah.
okay. Okay, I move that a certificate of appropriateness be granted in case 2023-050A at 5202, really, to 5250 Old Orchard Road, with a couple small adjustments. One, to relocate the dog park from the front to the northwest
Yeah.
corner, and add a small trail piece that could connect to future bike trails
By others.
You got
by
it.
others.
Any other comment? All in favor?
As presented, other than that.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, anyone second? Second. Anyone second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? No opposed, so passed.
Thank you for
Okay,
your
Good
time.
luck, thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
great, thanks.
Okay, new business for tonight, case number 2025-042A, 8731 Hamlin.
The applicant is proposing to construct a one-story, three-season room addition. The room is approximately 132 square feet and is located in the rear yard. Staff has no objections to the proposed elevations as long as the applicant confirms the color of the foam fill panels complement the color of the existing residence.
Is the petitioner here? Going once? Going twice? Sold, okay. Never mind. We'll move on to case number 2025-043A at 5050 Church Street.
At
Are
the
they here? Thank you.
Yes. At the October 16, 2025 Plan Commission meeting, the commission approved site plan approval and a special use permit to allow religious assembly use in the B2 Commercial Zoning District. The proposal includes an expansion of the existing building, a new facade with a dedicated west entrance, and minor landscaping and parking lot striping improvements. Staff has no objection to the proposed elevations and materials for the proposed addition. The addition is located north of the existing building. The west and north elevations include numerous windows. The east elevation facing Lawler Avenue includes windows, stone coping, and a soldier course to break up the brick wall.
Good evening.
Hello, good evening. My name is Edward Benavi. I'm representing 50/50, plus I'm the project manager, engineer on the project.
So I have a question.
Sure.
You're not adding to the north, you're adding to the west, correct?
No, we are basically adding to there's a north building. We are adding a bit to the east of that building, toward Lawler.
The site plan's up.
Yeah.
So
This is the building, this is the building addition. There's some facade changes along the north and west in this area.
So there is something extending farther than it already is on the north?
Correct. In
Okay.
this area right here where it says,
We are just adding that.
It's a small spot, right?
that's the addition, and then there's some facade work on the northwest corner here facing west, which you'll see, I'll bring up the rendering, and then along the north.
So it's going to be really close to the park property?
Well,
Closer?
No, it's going, the addition, this is, north is to the right on this, so the addition is just going here. It's not going further north.
Okay, that's what I thought.
It's just going a little bit to the east towards Lawler Avenue,
Okay,
right in this area, not further north to the park, which is up here.
that's what I thought, okay.
Yeah, the addition is hatched here in this area here.
Did I see there are a couple of towers, right, that are being built on the corner? And then this is that's a west facade, correct? On the bottom left?
That is the west facade,
Mhm.
yes.
Correct, this area would be this area right here would be the northwest corner of the building.
Right, okay.
And how, sir, how are the facade changes to be accomplished? Are you adding brick, using existing brick? What are you doing there?
There's existing building, but we're
Right.
going to try to match on the addition portion of it. We're going to match with the existing color, which
Mhm.
is red brick, and, try to match as much as we can.
That's the smaller side.
So the addition is right around here, just coming closer to where the picture is taken towards the east, this way. So these are the existing,
It's smaller. Used to have a playground on that side.
Okay, hang with that one for a minute, Brian.
Sure.
Yeah. So what's new in that picture, sir?
The only new thing is we are modifying the corner and putting the towers, as you see.
Okay.
That's basically the stairs, emergency stairs, and also the other side is going to be elevator.
Sure.
And here, those are the two elements that we are changing. And then the front, we are putting a canopy just to cover.
And is that incorporating the existing materials, or is that,
No, that will be something will be new,
New.
like, limestone.
so it's going to be stone, not stucco, or?
No, it's going to be, we are planning to have stone. in there.
so stone for the columns and stones for this
Right,
portions?
the engineering is working on it. We are going to detail it once we have engineering design completed. But that's the concept.
Masonry, used to be masonry.
And the brick for any extensions is to match existing?
Yes, that's the plan.
And is that just a quirk of the rendering, that the brick is orange and?
Yeah, it's a rendering. That's,
Okay.
We are not trying to do that.
Okay,
And-
good,
No, we are not coloring anything.
okay.
The architect was having fun.
All right. Joe?
What you see right now is going to be all red, not yellow.
Not yellow. Okay.
Is this gonna be your main entrance to your?
That's going to be main.
For the life of me, I was trying to figure out the site plan for a long time, and I draw them for a living. The front entrance faces directly into the substation.
Correct.
And is there a reason why you didn't try another spot for it, or is it just because of the layout of the building?
The layout of the building, basically box system.
The parking, it just seems really kind of, it's probably the most
Not very
difficult
welcome.
corner of the site to put an entrance, because it's at the end of a long dead end. Your architect actually had a lot of fun by putting the safety
Don't
horse,
want to be there.
the safety horse there. But, I mean, right now, there's some really ugly bollards, and, I mean, it is nice that there's a park just to the north, so you'll at least see that as you're pulling in. But there's no way to pull out unless you're kind of looping around, and if there's a lot of people at one time during an event, I don't know how people are gonna get their cars in and out of there unless you restrict the parking.
We are
And-
going to work on that portion of it, yeah.
I would strongly recommend that, to either figure out some way to maybe even removing those parking spaces and adding landscape so that you can screen the substation. And then even add maybe a turnaround. I don't know if you've been through the ringer with the fire marshal yet. But that's a really long dead end
Yeah,
for an entrance.
That's gonna be tough.
And I'm worried that you go through all of this with engineers and, mechanical engineers and structural, and then the fire chief's gonna say no. So, just as a heads up. But also the aesthetics of it. Because, you're doing a really nice job with the architecture. The improvements are all really, really nicely done. It's just a shame that it has to be in that upper corner, because that substation there's nothing about it that's attractive. So, yeah, so if there's a way you could somehow figure out that dead end, whether it's like a T turnaround with landscape, some kind of fencing or screening just for your own people, I guess. And that's a really nice facade. Brian, could you scroll down again a second to that one there? Yeah, because these materials are all really good. It's a really cool design. Nobody's gonna see it, unfortunately, except for the people that are, you're gonna be like 10 feet away looking at it straight up. And
Right.
there's going to be no long look to it, which is unfortunate. So at least if you can dress up that upper corner. Otherwise, the improvements to me look really good.
Anyone else? Joe? Want to tee it up?
Well, how do I put that into words besides a?
Recommend it.
It's pending,
Right.
it's pending.
I move that a certificate of appropriateness be granted for case number 2025-043A at 5050 Church Street, pending final public safety approval.
Right. With strong consideration given to relocating
Landscaping
the
and-
entrance.
With strong, the thing is with and I'm just gonna do a sidebar. I have a feeling I know why you did that, because it's easy to fix up part of the building. The rest of it's probably already programmed. It's probably the only spot. Unfortunately, if you flipped it and had it facing Waller, then it
Oh,
would
no.
be, but,
That would never fly.
That,
Yeah,
that,
that would
that
be-
hit-
that
that-
would be-
that- that'd have to go back to the
No.
plan commission. Plan commission has already reviewed this.
that would be a
and
neighbor
the
issue.
fire department has already weighed in.
Okay.
That's not gonna happen.
If that's the case, then I strongly recommend you take a look at improving that long dead end at your entrance. It's really unfortunate that you did such a nice job on the architecture, and it's kind of tucked away next to a very large substation. I guess, and then, okay, as presented. Subject.
Does anyone second? Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? No opposed, so passed. Good luck.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, next case is 2025-042A at 5360 Touhy Avenue.
The site currently contains a McDonald's restaurant with a drive-through. In May 2025, the Plan Commission granted site plan approval for the demolition and reconstruction of the existing restaurant. The new development will incorporate sustainable design practices aligned with village's sustainability goals and is targeting LEED zero carbon certification. With the construction of a new building, appearance review is warranted. Staff has no objections to the proposed elevations. The proposed wood rain screen system color appears to contrast nicely with the warm and dark fiber cement panels. The partial M enhances the north part of the east elevation without making it a distraction.
Good evening.
Good evening, Chairman and Commissioners. My name is Jim Aldine. I am the zoning attorney for McDonald's. And obviously, tonight we are here to talk about the aesthetic changes that we're proposing for this site, but I figured I'd just give you a very quick overview before I invite our team architect to come in and discuss the building itself. But the site plan that is before you this evening we're basically doing a full reconstruction of the building, so it's going to get torn down and a new one's going to be put in place. What that has allowed us to do is really optimize the site for traffic flow and drive-through operations. So what is being presented and what was presented to the Plan Commission is really the most efficient use of the site. Probably the most significant change on the site plan is there was an entrance close to the intersection of Touhy and Nile Center Road, and that third entrance was removed. So that is going to reduce the number of traffic conflicts at that intersection from people entering and exiting the site. So that, from a site plan perspective, that's really the major change. We believe that that's going to make the site significantly better. We provided that information to IDOT, and IDOT is pleased that has occurred as well. So with that, we'll get to the pretty parts of the presentation, and I'd like to invite Ryan to come and talk about the building.
Sure.
Thank you, commissioners, for your time this evening. Brian and Ryan, we have a good tag team. If we could go to the next slide, kind of want to walk you through a little bit of where we're going. We're looking to blend rhythm, movement, and sustainability in the new massing of this project. Looking at transparency, articulating the dining room and sort of the core components of what make up a McDonald's. There too, the dining room and the back of house. Beginning to articulate that on the facade and express that as a sense of community, as a sense of a beacon. In sort of our intersection at Touhy and Nile Central. As you move around the building, and we'll see it as we go through a couple of images here, there's a rhythm and sort of a didactic opportunity that creates this dynamic experience as you're circling around the building or as you're moving by it. The materiality is something that we're very excited about. And I do have some materials for you all to look at if you want to just pass it around. We'll start with Joe. And also looking to introduce a series of sort of ideas about warmth, welcoming tones, materiality that invites you in, a place to stay, something that's approachable. If we go to the next slide. So you saw those sort of north and south elevations, the ones that are sort of our primary focus. And one of the more important standpoints of this too is that we're designing in the round. It's not just a building that's meant to be experienced from one side. It's meant to be experienced in 360 degrees, leveraging an integration of both the architecture and the articulation of McDonald's as a brand, as an experience, all wrapped into one, not applied. We go to the next slide. The material palette, as you see with those on the board itself, primary for the back of house is a wooden rain screen system that will naturally weather and create a beautiful silvery look that animates as you move through the seasons and throughout the day, accented by both a dark and a warm fiber cement panel, leveraging some more muted tones within the storefront assembly with the allowance of the dining room to sort of be celebrated, transparency connected between interior and exterior with those accents of our gold and brand colors. If you go to the next slide. So just a little bit of a comparison between what we see today and where we're going into the future, and you can start to sort of envision a little bit with me without revealing all of it yet. The sort of idea that essentially the facade itself, while it doesn't show up in elevation necessarily, we like to call it a pleat or a wedge. It's sort of a triangular shape, with the proud face of that being the wooden rain screen and the edge of that being sort of a nice crisp gold. So as you move around the building, it changes from wood to gold, back to wood again, creating this sort of interesting movement as you circulate the site. And the building itself is obviously ringed by the drive-through. We go to the next one, we can see then driving south on Niles Center Road, again, that dynamism as you move around and through the site, sort of again articulating what is the dining room and allowing visitors and our customers and the community to understand those differences of where to enter and where to experience, and creating an interesting experience for our drive-through customers as well. Next slide. And then just some on-site imagery, either looking northwest as you sort of enter in through the dining room volume, being that front most proud volume, and then a little bit of a quick view along the drive-through. There was a mention in the opening remarks too about sustainability. We see this as an opportunity to be integrated and not applied. We're looking at high efficiency systems with our HVAC and with the role of the building envelope. We're moving a couple of solar panels and a solar system onto the roof, which will not be visible at grade, but it will be integrated with the layout of the roof plan itself. Obviously looking for a high-performance envelope that both meets current standards while also maximizing daylight, and with the integration of both the natural materials on the exterior being very sensitive to low carbon and low carbon footprint, with extending sort of the building life in the long term and reflecting a broader commitment by McDonald's towards sustainability.
Great.
And with that, we just wanted to look really quickly at some landscape information.
Sure.
And then we'll move on.
Before you get into landscaping, just a quick question. Is this new branding for McDonald's, or is this a one-off, or it looks rather new?
It is new. It will be the beginning of a new language, at least here at Skokie, and we'll see where that goes into the future.
Thank you.
Oh, good, okay. I'm Dan Olson, landscape designer. I'll give you just a real quick overview of the landscape plan. Jim talked about the site plan improvements that are going on here, but it is a total redo of what's out there today, with the exception of whatever existing trees were in good health and were able to be saved as part of this design. We are keeping those. But the balance of the site will be raised, and it'll be all new landscape area. With the elimination of the driveway at the southeast corner and some of the other site plan modifications that we've made, we've taken a site and increased the pervious or landscape area between 5,000 and 6,000 square feet roughly. So on a 1 acre or so site, it's a big deal. So that is fitting with our sustainability efforts in conjunction with the permeable pavers throughout the parking stall areas, and that'll have a nice look with the increased landscape buffer around the entire perimeter. It's really beefed up. We've pushed the parking back from the road with adequate screening all the way around the parking lot, and a number of trees that we've added back onto the site to fill it in. So it's very well landscaped. It's a mixture of deciduous and evergreen trees, shrubs, and then we have a lot of ornamental grasses and perennials throughout. So it's a layering like you would want to see, screening of headlights, and a lot of color and seasonal interest throughout. That's it for the landscape plan.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone? Comments? Looks good to me.
I had a couple questions. Firstly, I think the massing is really well done. It's quite handsome. It really classes the joint up. So hats off to you for designing the McDonald's of the future. When I was looking at your elevations, I noted that you referenced the rooftop equipment, but it's still sort of left hatched and unresolved. And I was wondering what your intentions are for screening the equipment or hiding it. It seems like, putting something in there to, cover that up will really prevent detracting from the overall architecture of the building.
Yeah, so what we've done is a couple of line of sight diagrams to showcase at the perimeters of our site, both from the public way as well as the edge of our property lines, to ensure that there isn't too much of an intrusion to that. If anything, and if you zoomed into the renderings a little bit more, you'd see a little bit of a line up there. But we're working to sort of calibrate both the parapet height with what that visibility is, not just at our property, but also beyond, which is in some of the images that we saw as comparisons of before and after. We took those actually farther away than our property line to take that into consideration.
Cool. Anyone else? Okay.
Quick question. The material board that you just passed around, it looks like just wood shiplap. When you call it a rain screening, how is it attached? Is there something that it does
function differently than?
Yes, so what it allows is an air barrier beyond, so it's actually like a Z-clip system almost,
Okay,
so
so
we'll have a
it's
space between, yep,
kind
which
of
also
like a
allows
panel.
us to articulate the language that you see that I called complete a little bit earlier.
Excellent, thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Anyone else? Okay, Jacob, if you're up to it.
Chris, I make a motion to issue a certificate of appropriateness for case number 2025-044A located at 5360 Touhy Avenue as presented with no additional conditions.
Is it
Second.
4-4 or 4-2?
Oh, apologies, for
042A.
042A.
Is anyone second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? No opposed, so passed. Good luck. Thank you.
Chairman, Commissioners, thank you so much.
You're
Wow,
welcome.
it's gonna be a huge improvement.
All right, the next case, case number 2025-046A at 5530 Touhy Avenue.
The applicant is proposing a facade change and new signage for Dave's Hot Chicken, a limited service restaurant. Staff has no objections to the proposed red canopies. The new signage appears to meet sign code regulations. Staff is not confident that the proposed graphics fit in with the east half of the building and the building located at 5540 Touhy, which was built at the same time and is part of the same planned development.
Hi there.
Good evening, everyone. How you doing?
Good.
I'll let everyone take a look at that real quick. My name's Anthony Armacita. I'm the local franchisee of this market for Dave's Hot Chicken. A little background about myself. Been in the restaurant business for about 30 years. We have 27 restaurants nationwide, all different brands, Starbucks, Taco Bell, Small Pizza, so on and so on. And in my previous life, I built buildings like this, so I'm very familiar with this. I've done shopping centers in every town between here and Aurora, so I'm very familiar with the concerns of the commission. So,
Got it.
with that said, Dave's Hot Chicken is the fastest growing hot chicken brand in the country. They were just purchased by Roar Capital in the last 90 days. They have 305 restaurants nationally, and they are currently in the process of expanding nationwide. So with that said, the atmosphere that Dave's Hot Chicken, I wish I could as eloquently put it from the McDonald's person who absolutely nailed every highlight. We're trying to make it an atmosphere style. We currently have one in Algonquin, Illinois, and we've noticed that the interior, if you reviewed the submission that was given, the interiors are really spectacular. It's an environment for teenagers, young people, and then everybody else just loves the chicken. So the atmosphere is really conducive to that. With that said, we do a lot of work to make it an atmosphere that is enjoyable. I'll give you a perfect example. In Algonquin, the graffiti has incorporated all the local high schools. So all the kids from local high schools take a picture of themselves next to their school name that's been spray painted into the inside of the building. With that said, the exterior, we have now done studies that show different numbers of sales that are generated based on the exterior condition of the building. The most perfect example is the location in Melrose Park. Melrose Park was a very simple, single sign, banner sign, when it opened up 2.5, 3 years ago. They added a little flair to it, as you can see in the packet that was presented, and instantaneously sales went up 20%. And the difference between the exterior models and the levels of pizzazz from the outside, the levels of color go from mild, medium to hot. And those reflect almost a 30% difference in sales per location.
All right, so let's talk about that. I agree with staff's comments, personally, I agree with staff's comments regarding the signage generally and the canopies, the awnings. But what are the artistic flares
Okay.
that I'm seeing? Are those
Yes, so the artistic
signs?
flare-
Are they fabric? What?
It's a 3M heat adhesive material that goes right onto the buildings.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go back to my day as landlord.
Yeah, so the landlord's not gonna come and get you.
Correct, so we always wanna make sure that we don't affect the exterior of the building long-term.
Sure.
We always raceways and so forth to make sure we only have so many holes in the buildings and stuff like that. This is a heat-applied adhesive that 3M makes. At first, they were doing it years ago by literally painting it, but we discovered that it doesn't, landlords don't like that.
Don't like that.
Right, so
Sure.
what we came up with was a 3M adhesive product that gets heat applied, and then it can get heat removed if we move out. So it doesn't affect the long-standing issues with the brick, the color, any color distortion over time. So it's really just,
Do they and sorry to interrupt,
Yes.
but do they represent anything in particular?
each store on each location has its own flip. A company comes in and spray paints the inside, and then they come up with the color decor to match on the exterior. Here, since it was a system of approval, we came up with this color scheme that incorporates all the color schemes of all the stores.
Quick question to Brian, actually. Brian, is there if the applique, which I like, I think it's something, that section is Touhy, you're gonna need to have as much exposure as you can, particularly a building like that. It's really not noticeable, so.
Correct.
I really like that you have the string lights in between. I think that's gonna draw attention. I think the graphics is a cool idea. My question to Brian is that if those start to weather and get tattered, is there a provision that the village can,
In the property maintenance code, there'd be provision for what, existing buildings and maintaining them. So if they were to start to weather, fall apart, fall off,
that's if you sell the franchise. I'm sure you'll keep it as nice
Oh,
as.
correct. Yes, absolutely, yes.
So.
yes. So, yeah, correct, it'd be similar to other existing conditions, whether siding is weathering, falling apart.
Or an awning gets torn
correct.
or something.
That our property maintenance inspections division would be able to,
Yeah.
enforce and send a letter that they'd have to be applied to and match and be in good standing condition.
On a quick side note to that question, my father's a chemical engineer, and he goes, if 3M makes it, you're fine. That's what my dad told me, so God bless his heart on that one. But with that said,
Well, as a Badger, they're gophers, so hell with them.
Not buying it, huh? Okay.
Yeah, they're a Minnesota company, and I'm a Badger. Anyhow, the other question I have for you is the utility door that's right at the entrance. It's always been kind of, I think we had another applicant in a similar building. It shows, the picture here doesn't have, if you go to Google Earth and look at it, it says fire door really big on it. Is that's all been taken care of, Brian? I don't know. The reason is it just kind of takes away from the,
correct.
any
And
kind of
that's
improvement.
Main building, that's not tenant door.
Yeah.
So I am sure the fire department has
So it's not a fire, like, it's not
a fire premises, no.
Okay. Yes, it's got all that.
The address, and Jose, correct me if I'm wrong, the address will have to stay on the door.
That
On
is
the door?
correct, yeah.
Boy, they couldn't have done a better, more attractive way of doing it, could they have? It's unfortunate. Because the photo that you show, that's in the packet, doesn't have all that.
Yeah, that's the landlord's door. If we can jazz it up
I think it'd benefit you,
Oh, no doubt about it, no doubt about it, but, that's.
because that's your main, that's like the first thing you see.
Yeah.
Would the obvious solution be to paint the door red to
That's what I
match
was
the
just thinking
awnings?
as I'm looking at it and reapply the, requirements as per the fire department as far as the markings.
In your
now I
own,
have-
in your
I
own
have-
font, perhaps.
Yeah, I have no problem with that.
Yeah, as long as it meets code requirements in regards to height, contrasting with the background, that you can see it, so if emergency vehicle pulls up to the building, they know which, building that is, and then it's, it's the sprinkler room for the
Yeah.
building.
Yeah, other than that, I like what you're doing.
We've really seen,
Well, right.
in your
Something
packet
got-
that was delivered prior to tonight, if you see some of the stores, like they did one on
Right.
Ontario Street, leaving the city, they did, it's probably one of the best looking stores you've ever seen, and it's won awards. Granted, that's way over the top. Now, perfect examples are our Algonquin location, which just has the Dave's Hot
Well,
Chicken in a
it
very
makes- yeah, this
subdued manner. That store is underperforming national averages probably by 14.5%.
Well, it's not our purview. Anyway, any other comments?
Like it?
I don't have a problem with it.
Wow, okay. I went to the horse. Anyone else?
I think it's a great solution. I know that 3M product, it works really well, and this is a really low-cost, smart way to jazz up the outside of the building. So it's a great idea.
Thank you.
All right, Julie, take it away.
Okay. I move that a certificate of appropriateness be granted in case 2025-046A, 5530 Touhy Avenue as presented.
Anyone second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? No opposed, so passed?
Thank you very much for your
Okay, good
consideration.
luck.
Appreciate it.
Sure. All right, the next and last case is 2025-045A at 4600 Main Street. My sense is that there might be some interested parties in the audience for this case. Is that true? No? Okay, never mind. If there are, please come up when the case is called, pick a podium.
Okay.
Julie?
At the October 16th, 2025 Plan Commission meeting, the commission approved a plan development with site plan approval to allow a new townhouse development at the former site of the Erie Crown Hebrew Day School. A new application was required because no action was taken after the previous ordinance approval. The development includes 68 residential townhome units. All units include 2-car garages. There are recreational parks on the northwest and northeast corners of the property, along with a central open green space amenity. Staff has no objection to the proposed building elevations. The packet includes the previous elevations alongside the newly proposed elevations. The elevations include new brick colors. The new brick colors are lighter than previously approved, but complement each other and the other materials. Rear elevations include a darker tone of fiber cement panels. These elevations only face inwards and do not face toward Kilpatrick Avenue, Kenton Avenue, or north toward the neighbors on Elm Terrace. Front walls of townhomes face east and west towards Kilpatrick and Kenton Avenue. North elevations that include 2 colors of brick, a brick soldier course with a metal coping on the top of the parapet wall. Compliance with Section 22-63, the residential code amendment requiring at least 51% of exterior walls will be masonry materials.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Good to be back. Mike Tyrone from Fitzgerald Associates Architects. I'm happy to run through as much of this as you would like. I do have the new brick samples with me, and the very last slide of our presentation shows our area calculations for the masonry to windows to hardy, the fiber cement panel that we're proposing. We're 51% brick, 25% windows, 23.5% fiber cement. And so the reason for the elevation change is really driven by market desires to be more appealing to a younger market that we're feeling is going to be the attracted tenant to these. We did pick up on cues from the community using white and light tan bricks like the ones that we've selected. This other dark brick is the vertical striping that separates the different townhouse units. So we do get this real nice contrast between the two. And then the rear elevation, so the panel between the windows is this darker fiber cement panel, so it creates a real nice contrast with the white brick. And then we've simplified what we had presented previously with the multiple tones in different areas. And so trying to be much more consistent and simplistic essentially with where the masonry color brick is and the use of the fiber cement. The rear elevation that only faces the inner private drives is this sort of light gray, dark gray tone. Other than that, there are no changes to the building facade. This tan brick represents the base of each of the buildings. And then again, the brick that separates them on the ends is this dark brick. This guy. So that's the soldier course that runs around the horizontal banding between the first and second floors.
And that's essentially the gist of
That's the gist of the change.
the change.
Yep.
Comments?
Oh, that was-
Anybody?
You know I do.
Joe?
I'll let others.
No, that's good.
Love to hear them.
I like the changes much better.
So do I.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those things where I remember the task, when the task was given to you to look at this in context, and you look at it in context, and it's like, okay, where do I start?
Where do I start?
But anyways, I think this still fits in pretty well. There's a couple of things. The side elevations, actually the slide's great. Yeah, that one right there. You've taken away a panel that's in the center. The one that was approved had a little bit, it created a little bit more of an interesting facade. And then as I was looking at it, if you go to the thank you slide, I don't know if the thank you slide is on this one. It'll be a good, yeah, right here.
Yeah, right there.
So if you notice here, your side elevation has 3 transom windows on the top.
Right.
And I think that looks much better.
Yes. So we've been going back and forth, which is why you see it
Well,
in some and
it's-
some and not in
if
others,
there's a
because it depends on
reason-
our floor plan.
It looks better.
But I quite agree.
Yeah.
We would really like to be able to see those. They're over the bed wall, essentially, the
Yeah.
bedrooms.
Yeah, that way you're not
floor.
affecting how the room,
Correct.
lays out. But it also will make that elevation look a little bit less flat.
Correct.
And on that elevation also, or one of the renderings with the one window, it looked like it was a white window, and everything else is either bronze or black.
Yeah, no, they'll be the bronze. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, if it shows up that way in one.
So if there's, if you were considering one way or the other, and I don't speak for the entire, but if it were up to me, I would strongly recommend, and, because that side elevation is really important.
I agree, because it's going to be visible to anyone that approaches the drives.
Yep.
You will see it from the corner, because despite the fact that the units, right, are large, as you're going up and down Main Street, you are going to see the end elevation. You can see it there in the aerial.
Yeah.
Yeah, and having the 3 windows on the side, it puts a little more light into the bedrooms, but it also definitely helps balance out.
It adds a
very
lot
large-
since you've taken away that panel.
Yeah, wall.
And so that was the only other observation. Are they bronze windows or are they black?
We haven't picked the manufacturer yet. We're going to try towards bronze, something that's more complementary to these
would do
warm
that.
tones
Yeah.
rather than
I would do the
dark.
bronze, for sure.
Probably a little bit more timeless. Everybody's doing black now, but
Yeah.
with your
Yes.
colors, it's
Yes.
probably.
Bronze would be the way. to go.
Johanna Gaines has influenced too much of the marketplace, is all I'll say.
Just don't paint the brick.
God, no. Absolutely not.
Well, you can if you want, but.
No.
The other thing is you've got, if you go to the bird's eye, Brian,
Yeah, I want to see that.
you know, since you've kind of taken some of the color away, the kind of the change in color, the panels between the windows, it's a lot of the same. It's the rhythm is almost too much. And is there a way, originally what was approved was like some kind of fancy basket weave brick between the
Right.
narrow windows. Was there any thought given to adding an additional material in a few places, like a wood-like hardy, or maybe something with a little bit different texture?
Different texture in the other windows.
You know, whether it's a vertical or horizontal or something
Right.
like that, that would be in the
a
same
good idea.
manufacturing, but it just seems like something to give it a little bit more
A
texture.
little texture. Yeah, we have talked about different lap siding panels on the rear elevation. We could certainly look at that in between the
At least
windows.
somewhere on there,
On the front,
not to
yeah.
make it busy looking, but just to kind of add a little bit of, just something that slows you down when you're walking by.
Yeah, yeah, no, I understand what you're saying, and that's something we can definitely look at. Yeah, it doesn't all have to be large flat panels.
Yeah.
And between the windows that are essentially over the entrances is a great spot for it.
Yeah, it seems like, and that's up to you guys, but it just seems like, because it's all the same, so you
Yeah.
could,
Sure.
and I like the fact that it looks like a project. It's not a bunch of like little vignettes or Disney
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of. So that makes sense to me, but in the same token, it's the same color, it's all the same color, and, you know,
Sure.
there, you need to kind of, in my opinion, need to kind of jazz it up a little bit.
Okay, we can certainly look at that.
Anyone else? Or was that all, Joe?
That's it for me,
All right.
for this round.
Thanks, Jim.
No, you're gonna build it.
All right. You want to make the motion then, Joe?
All right. I move that a certificate of appropriateness be granted for case number 2025-045A at 4600 Main Street with additional transom windows on the side elevations and a variation in texture in the front elevation panels between the windows. Just where appropriate, I don't know, just, so it's not all the same.
Anyone second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Hi.
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No opposed, so passed.
Thanks very much.
Best of luck.
Can't wait
Good to
to
see
see
you
it.
again.
Can't wait.
All right, I think, let's see, old business, new business,
Public comment.
public comment? No?
There's someone.
Oh,
Okay.
Listen, listen.
Were you sworn in?
I was not, so.
Please raise your right hand.
Yes, sir.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Please.
So there was a little bit of miscommunication with my department. I was coming here initially because I've never been to one of these, full disclosure. Just to do a little bit of data gathering, get a little bit of homework for next month. I communicated that to my permitting department, and I think they might have gotten ahead of me. That project earlier, that was 8731 Hamlin.
Are you the
Oh.
petitioner?
I was planning on being here next month, but it looks like they might have jumped ahead of me a little bit.
Are you prepared?
I do have a sample kit that I bring with me. I do have a picture of the job.
It should be a slam dunk. There are few, if any, objections, so why don't we reread the
Okay.
comments into the record, just to be sure.
Okay.
Sorry about that, guys.
It's okay. Regarding case 2025-042A at 8731 Hamlin Avenue, applicant is proposing to construct a one-story, three-season room addition. The room is approximately 132 square feet and located in the rear yard. Staff has no objection to the proposed elevation as long as the applicant confirms the color of the foam-filled panels complements the colors of the existing residence.
Okay. So all of our product comes in three colors, bronze, white, and tan. They all share from the same palette.
Let's talk about the project first, though. This is not the subject project, right? That's a neighbor?
Yes, that is the neighbor
Okay.
on the right side from the front of the house.
Okay.
And that is the neighbor on the other side. That is the house.
That is the house, and I think the rear elevation is the best, right there.
Yes, sir.
So where are you adding it?
So we're planning on our left side wall, what we refer to as A wall, will be terminating into the corner of that house, just on the outside of that sliding door. And then we'll be coming over, I can't remember the exact dimensions. I believe it's, how many inches is that? Mine aren't what they used to be. Is that 10 feet? Thank you. And then terminating back into the house.
And, okay, so now I see the 2-inch super foam, what are they called? Foam wings?
Yes.
So what is that?
So we use super foam panel to make up the majority of our roof system. In most cases, that wing panel there that kind of acts as a unifying piece between the walls where they stop and where the roof begins, that would normally be glass. In this case, the customer opted for solid foam.
Okay.
So is it metal covered, I presume? It's a
Yeah,
foam
so
core?
It's a high-density polyurethane foam with, an aluminum skin on the
Got
other
it,
side.
okay. And so the comment was about the color being complementary to the other, do you have any other
Existing.
samples with you?
Yes, do you mind if I walk this over? Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so kind of a beige-ish color.
Yep,
Right.
that's our proprietary sandstone.
Okay, and looks pretty
Similar to that.
similar to the house, the existing house.
You can pass that down.
And if you could go back to the rest of the elevations, Brian.
Thank you.
There's a process.
Could you make it larger?
Oh,
So
I'm
we-
sorry, I
Sorry.
apologize. Which,
The one below it, I think, is probably the best one. So we have sliding glass doors, we have windows, we have this foam panel above, and do we have any, any metal? What are the windows made out of?
So the windows are framed out in aluminum, and then the...
Same color?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And the structure is mostly just, it's kind of like an erector set. That's the best way for me to put it, but for grown-ups.
Got it. And what the roofing is?
The roofing will be that same.
The
super
same,
material.
so it's a metal roof and comes down onto the side in the same product then?
Yeah. And in this case, the customer on the left side wall facing their neighbor opted for a solid foam wall fill to make up a good chunk of space coming off of the house, just because they wanted a little bit of privacy. Their fence is a little low, their neighbor's deck is a little high. So,
Got it. All right. I understand it. I'm okay. Anyone else? Comments?
What do you have on the second floor about the roof? Like, what room is that?
so I believe that that room is the bedroom. Underneath, this will be going into the kitchen area.
Do you mind, would you like going for a flat roof?
So it'll have a slight pitch to it. The product is able to function at a minimum of, half inch by 12 pitch. So it won't be completely flat. I think with the hang point that we have for this job, they'll probably end up closer to around 1 1/3, somewhere around there.
Because I was thinking if you can use it for the second floor as a terrace, like.
It's not gonna be
It's
structurally
not gonna
built.
work.
No.
It could probably
Doesn't have
handle the
fence.
weight, to be honest. Like, we've had a lot of product demos where people park SUVs on top of it. The weight's not really the issue, it's that if it's wet, it becomes really, really slick, and there's no way to guarantee that it's safe for anybody to be walking on.
Yeah. Anyone else? Afshana, you good with it? Why don't you make a motion?
I make a motion that certificate of appropriateness be granted for case number 2025-42A located at 8731 Hamlin Avenue as presented.
Anyone second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? No opposed? So passed.
Glad
Good luck.
you slipped in.
There you go.
Sorry for
Glad
the
you
confusion.
made it.
Thank you for your time.
All right, we were on public comments, communications from staff. Brian, got anything?
Nope, just the next regularly scheduled meeting would be December 10th.
Shana, did you want to say something?
Yeah, today is my last day. I'm moving out of Skokie, so it was nice working with you all.
Aw,
Yeah.
I'm gonna really
we'll miss you.
We'll miss you. We'll miss you.
Same here.
All right, well,
It was really a good experience, yeah.
so you won't be the low man on the totem pole for very long. See that? All right, if there is nothing else, where's my hammer? Meeting is adjourned. Thank you all. See you in a month.
All righty.
He does taxes, he does all this stuff.